A boy with a villain's face yearns to be a hero, but can he save the girl who already sees him as one? Well, find out, shall we? Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. I'm your host, Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope you're doing good and hope you're excited for another fun-filled episode of this awesome podcast you can find at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and various other social media sites. Just type in SPIRAKN, and it'll guarantee you find us one way or the other. And if you're watching us on YouTube, remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on that bell for notification for when we release new episodes. And with that in mind, let's actually get to it, because this manga is one which I had to get through Azuki again because there is no physical release, but it is one which is pretty different. Let's get to it. So what we're talking about is Natsume Natsume by Shunsuke Sorato, the creator of The Girl with the Sanpaku Eyes. And this is another story of a character who has a raging bitch face. But unlike the other one where the Sanpaku eyes, the evil eyes, give her this kind of just unendearing look, our main character has this look which is kind of villainous. And the character that we're talking about is Natsuki. Now, Natsuki, he is a young man who loves his grandma, loves his mom, he's a good person, and he has this horrible look on his face that is horrifying. He loves birds, he's sweet, he's really nice, but people think he's a monster. He's going to do something horrible because of the way he looks. Like, he talks to sparrows when he gets home. He says, I'm going to have a good day today. And everyone's like, why is he talking creepily to those sparrows? Is he going to kill them? We don't know. But he goes to school, he tries to do his best, and people really think there's something wrong with him. But in reality, he is just a young man who's in his second year of high school who likes a girl and wants to become the man that she could depend on because he sees her as a hero. And as I said, main character's name is Shinranyu Natsuki, and the girl that he is in love with, that he likes, is Natsume Minazuki. No relation. They both just have the last names, like both their last names were Smiths. And he really likes her, and he sees that she is awesome, and she is a hero in his eyes, and he tries his best to emulate that, to be the hero that she is, because she is his hero. Like, for example, there's an entire situation where he really likes this mochi that his grandma makes, and he doesn't eat it, and it gets bad. He's stressed out about it, and he has this raging look on his face. He's wondering what he's going to do. How's he going to make this work? Meanwhile, Minazuki sees that he's having this problem. Everyone else is freaked out by this guy, and she ends up telling him, so what happened? What's bothering you? Well, this happened. Well, why don't we go to your grandmother? We'll get some of these mochi. Makes it happy, fixes the situation. This is pretty much, he wants to do something to make her proud of him. He ends up failing at this, then she shows up and makes it better. At one point, there's a kid whose cat climbs into a tree, and he thinks that's the heroic thing to do, so he does that. He gets in the tree. The cat scratches him up. He falls over. Meanwhile, Minazuki Natsume shows up. She got a guy who had a ladder. She was going to climb on the ladder, and the cat wasn't going to bother him. She did that, but she ends up fixing his scratches. But more importantly, because he did this heroic thing for this kid whose cat was in there, the kids tell this one kid, hey, that mean guy, he was going to hurt your cat. And the kid's like, no, he's a good guy. He saved my cat. He's a hero. So it's the people he helps see that he is a good person. It's just this raging villain face he has makes it hard for him to relate. And that is the manga. The manga is this over and over and over and over and over again. Is there more plot to this? Not really. Is it very different? No, it's pretty much just Natsume knows the other Natsume so well that whenever he tries to do something, he can't figure it out. He goes to extraneous circumstances to make things more complicated than he does. And that is the story. It's a story of two people who have the same name and their weird relationship. And that's what this is. This is a story that it's okay. It's not great. It's not wonderful. It's just okay. honestly, it gets frustrating, and like the fact that Natsume makes his own lunches because a hero is supposed to be able to do that, and it's so nice and cute and wonderful. And meanwhile, the girl he likes can't do it, so he's going to try to help her and fails. But still, he tried because he's a hero. And at one point, she finally tells him that she wants him to do better because he's her hero, and it's that. But it just goes back to the thing of him with his raging bitch face, and yeah, it's what it is. It's honestly the same thing over and over and over again, which usually I'm perfectly fine with. You know that. There are so many series I like that do this. But this one, unfortunately, just kind of didn't do anything for me. Maybe it's because it's the guy is the more creepy looking one, but let's look at this another way. There's another series where we have a very ugly main character, My Love Story, and that is an amazing series because we see character growth. We see the whole progression of story arc. It's not just a series of events that happen and here is this episode. Now here is this episode. Now here is this episode. It's very slice of life, not narrative based. And this should have been narrative based. And I find that to be a failing. Is the art style as good as the girl with the Sanpaku eyes? In my opinion, no. Sanpaku eyes looks better. It seems like this is a downgrade. Maybe this came out before Sanpaku eyes, but honestly, it's not amazing. It's not great. It's just okay. The fact that there's no physical release of this, I could see why there was no physical release for this. I don't see who this could be for. I don't see a target audience for this. And for that reason, I have to give this a typical reading material, a local correction facility or psychiatric institute. It's pretty mediocre. I mean, it's a rom-com about two people with the same name, and they look different. That is the only twist to this. It's a repetitive story that doesn't advance. There's no physical release. And the art style is nice. And you do see a difference in the characters, but this is a downgrade from the original alternate series that Sorato worked on. So it's kind of, that's my opinion on it. Now, if you've read this and you disagree with me, you can email me personally at Xan, that's Xan, at Spiraken.com. Let me know your thoughts or comment below. Let me know what I am missing, if I'm being too hard on this or not. Because it's one of those ones where I'm like, I should be like, yes, this is amazing. But honestly, this is one of those ones where I'm like, I think it's kind of plodding and just it's the same thing over and over again. And there are so many other series I've read that do it better where you have the repeating concept. But that's my thought. So with that in mind, let's actually get to the manga releases for the week because we've got some really fun ones. So let's go to it. So starting off with hashtag DRCL Volume 5, After God Volume 6, Blue Lock number 22, Creature Girls, A Hands-on Field Journal in Another World, Volume 13, The Cursed Sword Master's Harem Life, Volume 4, this is the light novel, The Twisted Wonderland, the manga book of Heartlandiska just came out. This is the first of the series. The next one, I believe, is Scars World, but this just came out. Dog's Red, Volume 3, Fool's Night, Volume 5, The Ghost in the Shell, The Human Algorithm, Volume 6, Haikyuu Omnibus 16, 17, 18, which is going to be volumes Omnibus 6. The Handsome Catboy Wants to Be His Pet. Heart's Gear, Volume 6. Sweet Home, Home Sweet Home, Volume 3. How a Realistic Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom, Volume 19. That was a light novel, by the way. I got the feeling that Nobukuni-san Likes Me, Volume 7. This is the manga. I Got Married to the Girl I Hate Most in the World. This is the light novel. In Love's Key Reprised. Joyful Reunion, Book 2. Kei Yuki, Bound by Law, Volume 8. Last Game, Volume 10. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, Volume 24. My Kitty is a Picky Eater, Volume 5. Ninja vs. Gokudo, Volume 9. Ironically, this is getting an anime adaptation for next season, so that's kind of cool. Rebel Hero, I'll Use My Skills to Control the Scheming Princess's Heart and Body, Volume 1. Reincarnated as a Sword Manga Volume 15. Reincarnated into the Game as the Hero's Friend Novel 5. Roses and Champagne Volume 1. Sir Vamp Volume 22. A Suitable Fetish Volume 4. Sword of the Demon Hunter Ginjin Gentusho Volume 7. The manga, not the light novel. Tower Dungeon Volume 2. Trillion Game. This is going to be volume number 7. Undead Unluck Volume 21. Verse Love Volume 2. And last and certainly not least, we've got Whisper Me a Love Song Volume 9. So these are the manga releases for the week. We've got a lot of really good ones, some that made me really excited, and some really ones that were kind of eh. So which ones are you most excited about? Let me know. Email me at Spiraken.com or tweet me at Spiraken. For my top 5, it's going to be Tower Dungeon Volume 2 because this is a new Nihei series, and I'm a fan of his artwork, even though it's so dark and screwed up. Rebel Hero Volume 1. This is a more interesting story. Should be pretty good. I Got Married to the Girl I Hate Most in Class. Even though the introduction seems weird with this, I think it's going to be a great series. We'll see how the light novel is. How Realistic Hero Rebuild the Kingdom. I'm a huge fan of this light novel, so I'm glad another one came out. And After God 6, everyone is talking about this series. I've got to check it out. So these are the manga releases for the week. And honestly, we've had some great stuff. And, I'm excited to see what's going to come out. So let's see where it all goes from now. But before I forget, I'd like to thank each and every one of you who are checking out this podcast. Every email I get, every new comment I get, every new subscriber, it gives me more motivation to keep doing this podcast. So thank you so much. Let me know what your thoughts are on upcoming theme months I could set up for the Wheel of Manga, or ideas you have for it. Leave me notes, comments. I'm excited to do this because I want to keep doing this. I love doing this. It's one of the best things I have in my life besides, well, there's a lot of good things, but I love doing this podcast. And I want to keep doing this like an old man with thick glasses. So thank you for letting me do this. And anyway, let's get to the part that you've all been waiting for, the most exciting part of this podcast. And what are we talking about? We are talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! No substitutes. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a wheel of fortune with 10 slots on it. What it does, if it's on a manga title, each of 10 slots, we're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number we land on, we're going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 597. We are 3 away from episode 600. So, what are you excited about? We're going to find out because we've got some great titles on here. And I'm going to show you what we got. So, let's spin. Number 2, and that is going to be Tokyo Alien Bros. About 2 aliens on Earth. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Well, we have to wait and find out. But I'm excited, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and as usual, hope you're having a great day. I'm your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time, and keep reading manga. See you later.